Hi, families. I'm teacher Virginia. I'm the speech therapist in Miss Martin's kindergarten classroom. I think I've met a lot of you, but some of you I haven't yet. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about something that's really special and important to me and that I think will really make a difference for your kiddos. Some of you have probably used this before in preschool, but for some of you this might be really new. And so I want to make sure I walk you through how to do it, what it is, and why we do it. So, what is it? Here it is right here. It's called a core vocabulary board. It's a form of simple and very effective visual support for our kiddos who are a little behind in learning language, and especially for our kiddos who really need pictures and visuals to learn things. Our world around us tends to rely a lot on auditory input, especially talking. And for some of our kids, that's just not how they learn. So it takes a little longer to figure out these words and how to use them. And one of the best ways we've found with a lot of research and trial and error is this kind of a board. This is a very simple board. It's just laminated pictures, but its particular vocabulary is on this board, and it's there for a reason. This is called core vocabulary. These are some of the most used and meaning-carrying words in our language. So these are words that are in lots and lots of our sentences. They're not the specific words about foods or places or colors or things like that. They're the words that carry the content, the meat of the sentence. So if you look, these are words like I, you, she, he, that show up in tons of our sentences. And then some really important and specific verbs: help, put, get, go, want. And so these are the words that we're really wanting to highlight for our kiddos and make sure they really start to notice are coming out of our mouths and that they have a meaning attached, so they will eventually start to use the words themselves. So the second thing I want you to know about core vocabulary and why I'm sending this home, it is not to make your kid point and do it themselves. We hope that that happens eventually, but that's not where we start. It's just like a little kid learning spoken language. They listen and they hear tons and tons of words coming in before they ever have to say it. So we want to show our kids, we want to model how to use this board lots and lots of times and hope that they start to notice the pictures and hear how the picture goes with the word that they hear. And then eventually they'll probably start pointing all on their own, and then you encourage that, you support them, you give them good feedback. So let me give you an example because you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Let's imagine you're playing a game, a very simple game with your kiddo, where you get a turn to play with something and then you give it to them. Let's pretend it's this shark, okay? You might start by getting their attention to know that you have something fun. So you would, and the thing to know is you're not going to point for every word you say, just some of the most important ones. So it might help to take a look at the board before you start and see, what am I going to try to focus on here? If it's turn taking and noticing items, I might focus on look, my turn, me, and you, and maybe all done if they want to be done. So I would show them this. I would say, oh my gosh, look, Stephen, this is a shark. I have a shark. Do you want a turn? And maybe they try to grab it. Then you point at this again. You say, okay, your turn. Or you might go all the way down here and say, yes, you want a turn. And then you give them the shark. And maybe they are playing with it and they don't want to give you a turn back. Then you model what you're saying. Oh, wow, turn. And maybe hold out your hand like Miss Martin always tells you. If they don't notice, you can say, oh, look, I want a turn. And that's how you show them what you're doing. And then maybe you get it back and you're like, wow, this shark is cool. And you didn't model anything then, and that's okay. Maybe they try pointing. Maybe they point at this. And you say, yeah, you point, you. Do you want a turn? And maybe they say, and then you can say, yes, you can say my turn, and then give it to them. So that's how you would do it, maybe when you're playing a game. Another time you might use it is when you're eating. It's a great tool for snack time. This is where a lot of our kids start using it first. Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping it in there. So you'll notice none of the food names are on here, and that's fine. We're not working on that. They can point to tell you which food item they want. What we really want them to start using is those words like want, more, all done. So maybe you're holding a food item and you can say, do you want some goldfish? And you just hold up the goldfish. You don't have to point. And maybe they reach for it. And then you can say, oh, yes, you want goldfish, and give it to them. And maybe they're really liking it. And you can say, oh, do you want more goldfish? And, you know, go follow their lead. If they try to show you with body language something, you model the words that they're trying to say but aren't saying. So maybe they're like, then you can say, oh, no, you don't want goldfish. Okay. And then actually down here, there's some question words. You might say, what do you want? Notice I didn't even do the you that time. If it's too much, just pick one word you're going to focus on. What do you want? Oh, you want strawberries. And so then maybe you would give them the strawberries. Here you go. Yummy. Okay. More strawberries? Yes. Okay. Just like another example I'll give you is if you're reading a book and you might think, but books have pictures. They do have pictures, but they don't always, it's helpful for the kid to see, your child to see exactly that word modeled over and over again using the same picture on the core board. So you're gonna maybe have the core board next to you while they're sitting on your lap. And while you're showing them the pages of the book, so here's my example. You can be like, oh, today we're gonna read this book. Look, there's a monster. And he says, don't, notice I pointed at not. That's okay. If there's an example of like a not within a word, you can use that not. Don't push the button. Only one word, that's fine. Hi, my name is Larry, and this is my book. There's only one rule. Don't push the button. See, just a couple words each page. Seriously, don't even think about it. Oh, it does look pretty nice though. Maybe you should give the button one little push. See, I just pointed at you. That's it. Now I'm yellow. So I pointed at I'm, and then back at the book, yellow. So they're seeing those words and how they fit into what I'm saying. I hope this makes sense. I know it seems new. I think the things to focus on are try using this at maybe one activity during the day, whether it's playing with your kiddo or reading a book or at snack time. And don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one word that you're going to focus on. And then you just need to, you don't need to make your kiddo do anything. It's all about you showing them. And once you've shown them a few times, I guarantee you, they're gonna notice the pictures and they're gonna try pointing. And that's good. That's them playing with language, thinking about it, figuring out how it all goes together. Let them point at it. And it's okay if they grab it and throw it, it's fine. You know, just pick it back up, put it back down. You don't have to have a big reaction. Keep using it for your own words, and they're gonna probably try to do it too. I'm available anytime if you have questions about this or it's just not working and you want some help. I'm also gonna add some resources when I post this video so that you can try using it. You can check those out if you have more questions, and you know, just let me know how it's going. I'll add some more videos as time goes on, because notice today I only talked, I'm gonna hold it up in the other video, but I only talked about this page. When this comes home for you, I think it will come on Friday, there's actually gonna be all these little pages. We call this fringe vocabulary. It's extra words that you might need in a different setting. So the first one is like some conversational words. There's places, body parts, colors, you get the idea. We're not going to use those right now. If you've already done this before and you know what you're doing and you feel comfortable, you can flip to a page that might be useful for whatever activity you're doing, and you can use some of the words. So you might say, oh, you know, where's sister? Where's your sister? You know, like that. But for right now, if this is new for you and new for your kiddo, just flip these all back and we're just gonna focus on this core words right here, okay? I hope that makes sense. And thank you a lot for listening. I hope that this video is followable. Please get in touch if you have any questions. And now I will stop the video.